down to Heathrow, DP and me, bro. About to hit the club and turn the shoot to a freak show. Look through the peephole, everybody geek, yo. Need to get girl with an extremely deep. See 6 midgets that be fire juggling. Maybe it's just me, cause my mind is struggling. Babes, boyfriend is acting like a clown. Know what's going down every time that we are down. Take a look through the...
Well, hello, everybody. This is Goldfinger from the Goldfinger Minute. And today I have a guest with me from the U.S., Sam.
Yep, nice to meet you.
Say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello. How are you?
All right, so Sam came with a friend that I know that lives here, Eugene, and he's about to take off in 1 hour.
Yep.
On a ferry.
On a ferry, yeah.
You're going to Cebu.
Yep, and then from there we're going to spend the night and then going over to Malaysia, going to Kuala Lumpur.
So this is your first time in the Philippines?
Yes, it is.
And you're from where in the U.S.?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, a little bit of a flyover state, so.
And you are what age?
31.
All right. You have a girlfriend?
I do not.
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't know if I could be doing this trip if I had a girlfriend, so, you know.
It's sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder, they say. You know, I mean,
but, you know, this trip's going to go on until April, so,
okay.
You know, we're just in the beginning stages.
But why don't you have a girlfriend? What the hell?
You know, like I've had some, you know.
You have
like,
a boyfriend?
No. I mean, nothing wrong with that. You know, it's very popular. Yeah.
Actually, my son's gay, so I don't have a problem with it.
But no, just, you know, I mean, there's been, you know, flings and instances and girlfriends before, but, you know, I just kind of knew that with this trip coming up, you know, I just didn't want to have to be like responsible for, you know, anything that were to happen on this trip. Not that anything will, but just
When's the last time you saw your dad?
6 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of catching up. You get along pretty good?
You know, yes and no, you know.
Don't talk about what, politics or
no,
social or
it's
mob
just,
or what?
No, it's more of a, you know, like with the 13-hour time difference, you know, it's either like you're talking when one's going to bed or one's waking up, you know, and that's
your
really...
Your dad is in his 70s.
75.
And you're 31.
31, yeah.
Boy, he had you late in life.
Yeah, so, and mom's 70, so...
Oh, mom's 70,
yeah,
okay.
so I was a little bit, I don't know, I think I was planned, you know.
What age was Gene again?
He would have been, I guess, 30 or 40, well, he's still 75,
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was
so you would have been 31 when he had you?
No, because he would have been like 44.
Okay. Yeah, that's late in life.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean,
yeah.
I had two boys. I had them at 25, I think. So, you know, got that over with.
Yep. And,
okay.
you know.
Your mother's well?
She's doing well, yeah.
They're just separated for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And you have, you told me a sister.
A sister, yep, Jennifer.
Jennifer, okay, and she's what age?
33, 2 years older.
Oh, so you're the youngest.
I am, yeah, of the two. So, you know, I'll take the crown.
Gene, and you only, it's both Gene and your mom, the same mother and same father. Okay, pretty good.
Yep.
And you get along with your sister?
Yeah, you know, different personalities, but, you know, we do get along.
That's good.
Yeah, so she's very much more kind of atypical, you know, kind of structured
Where
planning.
Does she live?
She lives in Maryland.
Okay, so you guys are separated a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever get to see her?
Yeah. So I saw her at Christmas. I saw her for the baby shower. She just had her first kid.
Oh, congrats.
So,
congrats.
Yep.
Very nice. And so I assume she's married?
Yes. Yeah. Her and her husband have been together, I think, like, you know, 8 years.
Oh, a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
And their first child. Oh.
Yep, first
So
child.
they waited quite a while.
Yeah. So,
and for you live in Columbus, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a server, so I work at a restaurant.
What restaurant is that?
It's Marcello's. It's an Italian restaurant.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm hungry.
It is very good. Yeah, it is very, very good, and we are very popular.
I'm on a 1 meal a day diet.
Yeah.
I was just telling you, I lost 70 pounds now.
Yeah, I mean, that's
a lot.
Yeah.
But I eat so little food, but I love Italian. It's probably my favorite.
It is delicious. The only downside about working there is, you know, I never crave it because I'm always around it. So it makes it a little bit hard, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
You get tired of it.
Yeah, and it's obviously so popular and such like an easy, everybody's always going to be happy with it. You know, you can always get what you want. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a downside because whenever you're with family gatherings, you know, what's common? Oh, let's go get Italian.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, can we do
Italian.
like tapas or sushi? You know,
I miss my fettuccine, my spaghetti.
Oh yeah, we have fettuccine, handmade. You know.
Oh no.
Yeah, all the sauces
with real Parmesan.
Oh yeah, from the block.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. Don't have that here. We can't get good Italian here. Even the pizza is horrible here. I got to tell you.
I've been looking into that, you know, and I've seen some reviews. So you know,
food's terrible here.
I don't mind the Filipino food though.
They probably would like pizza here if they fried it because everything's fried.
That's what I've been finding out.
I swear to God, they fry a pizza.
Yeah, it's all grease fried and then
greasy.
Sugar. You know, the three main things.
And they don't use olive oil.
No.
That's a thing. It's hard to find it, actually.
Yeah. And I actually I went to this like really nice shop in California. I visited the family, aunt and uncle, before I came out in San Francisco. And there was a olive oil shop that had like 20 different olive oils and balsamics from all around the world.
I didn't realize there was different flavored olives.
Oh, yeah. They have like garlic infused, herb infused, like all that stuff. Yeah. So I'm
sure
delicious.
there's better grades. What's the difference between cold pressed and just regular olive oil? I have no idea.
I wish I could tell you.
You just serve it.
Yeah. I am not that informed on the olive oil making process.
Okay. So I hear all the time, because I live on TikTok.
Yeah.
There's problems with tips, and people are saying, if you don't tip us, I think they want 25 or 35 or 40%. If they don't tip us, we don't make enough money, and don't come to the restaurant unless you're going to tip. What's the story with that?
That's egregious. All right. If you are expecting anyone to tip you more than 20%, which would be industry standard.
20% is industry standard.
It's but that's on you as an individual. You can't to assume that someone should pay you more than the standard amount. Now, if you're doing great service and you've earned that right, then that's one thing. But again, you shouldn't assume that they're going to pay you more. It's not expected. Right. That's not fair to anybody.
But is it expected for 20% if you did good service?
Yes, I would say minimum. If you were doing great service, you're pre-bussing, you're refilling waters, you're grabbing everything, you're being attentive, but also not too overbearing too.
How long have you been a server there?
I've been a server there for 3 years.
And were you a server before?
I served a little on Nantucket for about a year, so it used to it.
What's your biggest tip?
Biggest tip is probably like I guess. Well, it's a little bit of a sad story, but I would probably be $1,100. So, yeah.
A tip of $1,100.
Yeah.
How many people were you serving?
It was just 2, and it was with my coworker, and it was because very tragic story, but her good friend was in the military and committed suicide by shooting himself in the head. And it was the next day after that. And there was a veteran that came in with his wife, and he had some type of shirt on that, so they started talking, and then she explained the situation, and he left that $1,100 for the wife and kids of her friend. So that was the biggest tip we got, but again, we didn't take it, so we passed it on. But that was the biggest tip I got.
Oh, that was very nice.
So, well, it was very nice of the gentleman too. So, but that is,
So he pre-planned.
Yeah. So, but the biggest tip I've individually received myself, I think, is probably $300.
That's a good size tip.
Yeah.
How many people was that?
I think it was like 8.
That's a big table.
Yeah, and that's including on top of autograt. So they were already auto gratuity.
Oh, there's automatic gratuity on the bill.
Yes, but we do ours for parties of 8 or larger.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
And I also do like to tell people, just because I feel a little slimy if you don't tell someone that there's an auto gratuity on. Yeah,
let you know that there is a gratuity on the bill. That's really nice of you, because a lot of them don't.
Because I like to earn the money I'm getting. I don't want to try and swindle people out of things.
That actually would still gain you popularity with people that are going to tip, because they're going to tip you anyway, because you've been upfront about it.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't. They usually add 18%.
Yeah. It's either 18% service charge or around there. Yeah. And I know it varies based off of like state and county and stuff like that. Like I know California includes a lot more of their like service charges and stuff like that on their bills. That's also because they're required by state, and then they pay out like health benefits and stuff like that.
Okay, so you really kind of depend on tips, right?
Yeah, for sure. I get I think $5.85 an hour. So
$5.85 an hour.
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's the state minimum for tipped employees.
I'm shocked. You can't live on $5.85 in the U.S.
No, but again, it's hoping that you're earning it in tips, to equate.
So you need to be good.
Yeah.
Okay, and a standard would be 18-20%.
Yeah, give or take. That would be a good standard average.
Do most people give you that, or they give you extra?
So I am actually not to boast or brag, but I usually average around 26% tip rate.
I believe that, because you have a good personality. I can tell in just a few minutes I've known you.
Yeah,
you're outgoing. You're a personality.
Yeah,
like you don't have a problem meeting people or talking.
No,
and you smile.
Yeah, and you gotta keep it.
You're a good looking guy too.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you. So
I can remember the day. I used to be good looking. Now I'm old fart.
Hey, you got a couple more pounds. You'll be there soon.
Yeah,
all right?
I'm still losing. I'm still on those peptides. My audience knows I'm on peptides because I do lives every Friday.
Yeah.
So they know I'm losing. I've lost a lot.
I'm sure they could
I'll
probably
show you a
see.
picture
Yeah,
afterwards.
I'm sure they could see the transition
I'll
too
show you a
over
picture. You'll be
the shows.
shocked.
You know,
You'll be shocked what I looked like
Yeah.
before. Anyway, so moving on to you. Okay, so do you have time for a girlfriend, or are you just not interested?
I definitely have time. So that's
Okay.
the one nice thing I really like about my job. So I could definitely get something more, I guess, stable. One might say.
I'm sure you get girls that come in. Don't they hit up? On you?
Yeah, it is. It is a common thing, which is honestly kind of why I'm not on any of the dating apps, because I work and then they come to me and then they pay me and then they give me their number. So I'm like,
They slip it to you, or they just say
they write it on the the receipt, or like they'll ask me
Hey,
for
call
it.
me.
Yeah, something
put it
like
on the
that.
receipt.
Yep. And I'm like, so this is like a triple win. Like I
So
don't even
you
have to
have dated
leave,
some
and I'm
girls.
getting paid.
And you're getting paid to
and I'm getting paid. Getting
paid
paid
to
for
be
you to
girl.
give me your number.
Right, you don't have to pay money
right.
for
That's the best dating service ever.
Yeah,
so,
right. That's funny.
But yeah, so the one reason I really do like it is because of work-life balance. So remember how I was telling you that we're all part-time, because if we were to work full-time hours, then we'd get benefits and 401k match, all that wonderful stuff. But the downside is that, however, the upside is you can take off as much time as you want. So right now I'm currently on
really?
a 4-month vacation.
Did you have to give him a lot of notice?
No, I gave him a month and a half,
And a
just to let him know.
A 4-month vacation.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is,
They're okay with that.
Yeah, because again, I'm part-time, so they don't have to worry about PTO, anything like that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of on a little sabbatical. So I just let them know when I'm coming, and then I'll be right back on the schedule.
Obviously, you make enough money, you could put some money away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So what is it okay if I ask you, what do you average per hour or per?
Per hour is probably around 55.
That's
50
very
to
good.
55 an hour.
I would think that's good. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been.
It's very good.
Yeah, I haven't held a job in a long time.
Yeah.
But if I remember when I was your age, we lived on $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
And wages were a couple bucks an hour.
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
much, and I didn't do anything that offered tips or anything. So, pretty much was mostly self-employed. And being self-employed, I could charge more than that.
Yep.
But working for somebody was a no-brainer. It didn't make any money. You
Yeah.
couldn't save or anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
I get that.
Yeah.
But back to the girlfriend thing. So because I'm part-time, we're also open. Our hours are very favorable. So we open at 4 and we close at 10. So we only open for dinner. So I have my whole entire morning, and I still get home at night that I can actually
That is
go to
short
bed.
hours, 4 to 10.
So only open for 6 hours and only open for dinner. But we're very busy. Like I said, we've been open for 18
Must be
years.
good.
It is, and
You're
we
making me
average
so
around
damn hungry.
2,300 guests a week. So
That's quite a few. Is it a big place?
Yeah, I think we can sit close to 100 at a time.
How many
So-
tables do you bus? But how many tables do you serve?
So it depends. We usually like to run with 4 to 5 table sections, unless it's super slow, in which case you might have 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have multiple servers.
Yeah. Because again, you want to keep quality service.
You have more than 20 tables, I guess?
Within the restaurant.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably close to maybe 30-ish.
Yeah, it's pretty
with a
good
couple
size.
party tables in there.
Yeah.
So
you
yeah.
have big groups make reservations, so you'll put somebody just on them if it's a big group? Mm-hmm. All right. And
So what we like to do is we call it, so for one reservation, we call it covers. So one reservation for a 2-top, that'd be 2 covers.
Okay.
So, one reservation for an 8-top, that's 8 covers. So we usually go by covers for the night, because obviously you could have 20 reservations, and that could be, 200 people, or you could have 20 reservations, and that could be 60 people.
Oh.
So that's why we always go with covers, because reservations, they could mean how many people.
Are you ever short people to serve?
In terms of our staff, or
it's taking too long, or you don't have enough servers to cover the tables?
Does
that happen?
No, because we're very good at keeping adequately staffed, because again we want to keep that standard of quality service.
Right. Yeah, it's important.
Genuine hospitality.
Is it privately owned?
Yes. Yeah. So
Did you meet the owner?
I have a couple of times.
Okay. Does he have more than one restaurant?
He does, actually.
I figured.
Yeah, he has about 20 in the Columbus area, and then he has
20?
a couple nationwide. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's big time.
Yeah, he's getting there. He's
It's
getting there.
expensive to open a restaurant.
Oh, I know. And 50% fail, too. So,
Really?
Oh, yeah. 50% fail within the first year.
So he's hands-on.
Not as much anymore. He's definitely, it's a corporate structure, for sure.
Okay,
So,
all right.
There's managers, GM, and then there's regional GMs, and then there's corporate, and then from there, and then it's like the owners
And what's your
CFOs
plans for
and
the
stuff
future?
like that. Right now,
Do you want to stay with it? You want to be a manager? You want to
No. I mean, I'm sure it would be nice, but honestly, they just work so many hours. So they're salaried. They make good money, but
do.
they work, and they work 5 days. They get 2 days off, but they work like 10 to 12 hours a day. Whereas I was saying earlier, like I might only work 6 and a half, tops. So I work half the hours of them, and I get a work-life balance, which again is bringing it back to the girlfriend. So I like to golf. I golf about 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay, you're a golfer.
I like to travel, as I've been saying.
Where have you traveled to? Out of the country or locally?
Out of the country and locally. So,
Good for you.
within the States, but,
You got out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and, you got to explore the world. And, I mean,
That's
why
good
else
for
are
you.
you're working? Like, why grind and earn the money?
We didn't do that back in the day. We didn't have, we didn't have internet and we didn't have cell phones when I was your age.
Yep.
And the thing is, you couldn't travel because you couldn't speak the language.
Yep.
And you didn't really know. You did have vloggers or other people. You'd have a travel agency.
Yep.
But they don't, so the only way to really do it was on a boat.
Yep.
Where they might have an Italian or a different crew, but they'd be able to speak English, okay?
Yep.
And so we're with people that still spoke English. But nowadays, you can go anywhere you want, and the internet with cell phones made it so much easier.
Yeah, and the translations and stuff like that on the,
Right.
yeah.
And you can find out about places before you go.
Yep. And
So-
with all the reviews and whatnot, you can know if it's worth it. You can know what's safe. You
Yeah,
you
it's
can
a
know
lot
what to
easier
avoid,
now.
what to hit. So, yeah, it's
Born a
definitely
little
made it a
too
lot
soon,
easier.
man. Just born a little too soon.
Yeah, but for every aspect of technology, there's always a downside too, like walking around, I mean, you go out and all you just see is people on their phones, like you don't.
Everybody's on their phone
You
now.
rarely see people engaging, even when they're sitting at a table
Even
together.
here.
They're just on
That
their
girl,
phones.
I was just in Vietnam, and I just got back, and I watched a girl walk into a wall.
Yeah.
She was on her phone. She walked right into the wall.
Yep.
And I wanted to laugh, but I just, I was next to her, and I saw her walking. I thought, why is she walking so quick? There's a wall in front of her. But she was so glued on that phone, talking.
Yep.
Whoever she was, walked right. So instead of laughing, I grabbed her because she was a little dazed. Okay.
Yeah,
But it's like, oh my God, get off the phone.
I've had a couple scares. I hate to admit, but I've never actually walked into something myself. So
I've seen him fall into a pond in a mall.
Yeah, that would definitely be worst case because then you're wet and everybody knows.
And your phone gets destroyed, possibly.
Yeah, and also like you leave a trail, so everybody just knows exactly where you were.
You're the type of guy that has an iPhone, huh?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
I could tell.
It's nice. I enjoy it. It's very user friendly.
Yeah, I'm old school.
Yeah, and
gotta
I like
have an
that.
Android.
I like that it pairs with everything, so I can use it on the
totally
computer
get it.
with the
I totally get
iPad, so
Yeah.
with the watch, it always works together.
Dating girls.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay for everything?
I think, nowadays it's very much kind of like split 50-50. I think it depends though on like, what the relationship is and what your communication level is with it.
Okay.
So my rationale is if I invite you to go on a date with me, I am paying for the date because
Right.
I'm inviting you.
Right.
Now
That makes
if
sense.
it's a group where we get together and like, we agree on a meeting spot, then 50-50 is cool with me.
Or if they have friends.
Yeah, but also at the same time, if you invite me out and you want to pay for the date, I'm also going to take it, Like
Yeah,
I
see,
am not one of those
I couldn't
people.
do that. I
I'm
couldn't
not
do
one of
that.
those people that's
I
like,
don't.
oh, I can't have you pay for me.
I know.
Like I will
old
take a
school.
free meal, all right? I know what it's worth, okay?
Old school
yeah.
is the guy always pays. And he opens the door for the girls and he lets her in first.
Well, see, now I didn't say I wasn't chivalrous. I'll open the door, I'll help them with the chair, all
Good
of that
for
wonderful
you.
stuff.
All
but
right.
if they want to pay, I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, like, hey, yeah, I'll take it,
It's hard for me to accept other people to
but
pay
I
for
mean,
things,
it's like what comes around goes around,
I understand. It's a new
and
world.
also like being in that position, like it does suck when you have to take someone out and you're always paying, like because
or it's expected.
yeah, and it's totally skewed, and also like. You invite someone out and like, yeah, maybe you go to a fancy dinner. And again, like I try not to do fancy dinners on the first date. It's just not a good idea. But then, they get like the most expensive item, and it's like you can kind of tell whether or not they're stacking up the bill.
Right.
Or yeah. And it's like, and you don't even know if you're going to see them again.
Okay, so what kind of a place do you take the girl for on the first date?
So I think it varies, like.
Is it IHOP or is it
No. Well, I think, like you could do, like the big ones out there now are, like getting to know someone first, so you could do like a coffee and like maybe a walk in the park or something.
Okay, so
or
not
you could
a
do an
dinner.
activity,
Yeah, meet at a coffee shop.
Yeah, go
maybe have
bowling or something,
there you
go out for drinks. drinks, stuff like that.
That makes sense.
And the nice thing too is if you plan it where you're also around things, so if the date goes well, you can continually go to the next thing.
Okay.
So you're like, oh, like we
so
went
if
out
it
for
goes
drinks
on, you
and go out
continue it
somewhere
on.
else. Yeah.
Okay. If
go
it's not,
out
you
for ice cream later.
So have you ever cut a date short?
I mean, yes, but not like, I've never left anyone, like I couldn't do
walk
that.
out on the table?
No. That would be,
I have to use the bathroom, and that's the end.
I mean, the thing is like, even if the date is going terrible, I also try and remember how like I would feel if someone did that. I was like, that's nice. Yeah,
of you.
I'd feel terrible. Like you
so
wouldn't
have
want
you
to
ever
do
cut
that.
it off short though?
Yeah.
Said to her, I don't think this is going to work out.
I've definitely done that. Like,
And I
hey,
need
like
to
I don't think
and
this is
take
gonna
her
work.
home and
Yeah,
just-
Well, that's the thing too. Is like I think nowadays people are so much more inclined about safety. Like it's a lot easier to meet at the place. So that way you can have your own exit as well.
Okay, yeah,
Because
that
if you
makes-
take
yeah.
them to the date, then you are now responsible for also bringing them back.
Yeah,
which is fine. But if it goes terribly, you don't want that awkward car
Good
ride.
thinking on your part.
Where you got to take them back
You gotta
and it's
plan
just
ahead.
terrible. Yeah, no one wants that.
Life is a chess game.
No,
you got to
no.
plan.
So
That's good for you.
Yeah. So I mean, you got to think a little 2 steps ahead here.
Yeah,
So.
no, very good thinking. That's very wise.
Of course.
And so, what else is happening in your life? You have other sports that you do besides golfing?
Yeah, so I golf a lot. Definitely play a little pickleball, or pickle as people call it now, I guess. Do a little frisbee golf every once in a while. I used to do a lot of soccer,
you
rugby.
said frisbee golf.
Yeah, frisbee golf.
Explain that.
So it's kind of similar to golf, but in the sense that it's cages, and they're like upright. So you throw a frisbee from a starting point, and then you see how many throws it gets for you to get
Seriously?
in. Yeah, and it's like golf. There's
And
a
you
par.
compete?
Yeah, I mean, not like people do compete. There are like leagues and stuff, but no, it's just me and the boys going out, having a good time.
You have multiple frisbees, so you can throw for the
yeah,
same
because there's like there's like putters, there's drivers, there's like more air, it's based off like aerodynamics,
Oh my God.
yeah. So like the putters and stuff are a lot wider because you want it to float more, whereas like the drivers are a lot thinner, where you want it to go super
far. When did that
far.
start? I missed out on that one. When did
but
that
it's
start
just-
happening? When did they have that?
I don't know.
10 years ago, or?
It's definitely been around for a little bit.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah,
I never
it's
heard
definitely a
such a thing.
niche.
That's
but,
funny.
But it's a fun time. You get
Yeah.
outside. You get some exercise in.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Get some sun.
Yeah, because golfing's kind of slow.
Yeah,
Kind of an old man sport.
But again, it's just about getting outside, having a good time. And the one thing I really like about golf is I played team sports growing up. So
Okay.
golf, is all about the individual. So
All
you
right,
get
cool.
what you put in. So if like you were practicing all day playing soccer, running, training, and like 5 other teammates didn't do anything, and you lose, and it's like you look at them and you're like, well, yeah, it doesn't matter how often you train. You can be the best player on the field. Just one man can't win a game.
Right.
So but golf, it's all on you. So if you practice, you get the results. So
And
it's
are you
nice.
pretty good?
I've only been playing for 4 years. I'm probably down to about a 12 handicap. So
Okay. I used to live on a
know.
golf course, but I never played golf.
See, I would be very, very jealous of that. I love to. Yeah, I would be playing every day.
think
I'd be
I was
one of
at-
those guys that like has the mat that's like hitting from their house.
It was a
onto the
retirement
green,
community. Well, it's back a ways. Retirement community. We had a huge golf course.
Yeah.
And luckily I was where I don't know where you take the shot. Where you, like 8 hole. I was at the hole, eighth hole.
Yeah, the tee
And-
box,
but-
or that's
Don't
where
know
you
the
start.
terms. That's
Yeah.
where you start, tee
Yeah.
box. And so I didn't get a whole lot of balls running into my windows or walls or
Yeah, yeah,
house.
yeah.
Okay, because that's where they start. So usually it was a few hundred yards away where where they call it the
The
flag.
hole, the pin.
The
yeah.
pin? Okay, they call it a pin. I'm sorry, I don't know golf.
Oh, you're good.
So, but how houses that were close to where the pin was, where you were going to shoot to, oh my God, they had holes all over their walls, broken windows.
Yeah.
They had so many problems. And they'd have to, when they sit outside, they literally had to have a cover over there because sometimes,
Yeah.
what do they call it, slice?
Yeah, slice or
Yeah.
shank, Yep. It sounds like it was probably a par 3 then, because if usually on like any golf hole that's not a par 3, you're pretty safe around where the pin is. It's usually kind of, off to the right of the tee
It
box.
wasn't big.
Yeah.
It was between homes, and it was only, maybe 1,000 yards between homes. They were on both sides.
Yeah.
And oh my God. But it was interesting. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And they'd run around their little golf carts, and it was kind of cute. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
never played.
Yeah.
I rented the golf cart once. I paid them.
It's fun to drive around.
Yeah, I like the golf
Yeah.
cart. In fact, I'm looking to buy one for
Yeah.
Carolyn.
That's
She
the,
drives an electric one now.
Yeah, I think I saw that one out front. Yeah.
She drives an electric one, and she loves it. And you don't need a license or anything to drive them here, so it's kind of cool. You don't drive them on the street; they don't require electric.
Yep.
But if it's gas and it's over 50 horsepower,
I've been noticing that you don't really need a lot of anything to get around here. You know,
the laws went out the door here. Even if they have laws, they don't follow them.
That's what I've been told. Is there are actually several laws
This
in
is
place.
A lawless country.
Just nothing's enforced. You know.
Yeah.
And I think I've seen more security guards at the mall than I've ever seen police officers around the area.
Right.
You know.
And their guns are empty, by the way.
Hey,
their
I didn't know
shotguns
that.
are empty.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to carry bullets or shotgun
No?
shells.
Okay.
They're
All right.
empty. They're only for show.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
I've been here long enough, I talk to a couple of guys and I go, well, so what do you carry? You know, buckshot or what do you got? You know, number 2, whatever. They have no bullets. They have no shotgun shells. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, you could at least use it as a club, but you know, yeah.
And they're little. You know, the Filipinos are not big people.
No, I know. I've been feeling like a giant.
You are a giant.
Yeah,
Here.
I know, and I'm not even that tall. So
I know,
I'll
you're a
take it
giant
though.
here.
I'll take it. You know,
And
the
if you spend
ego
any
is
time
great.
here, you're going to find 20 girls for every guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay, they look for foreigners.
Yep.
And
I've learned
they would
that.
prefer younger, but mostly older guys come over here.
I've learned that too.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
especially Dumaguete is an older town. You know, we get older guys. Don't usually get 31 years old, 30 years old.
No, I know. I've been walking
And
around.
I know
and
the girls
I've been getting
today
a lot
would
of looks.
prefer. Yeah, the girl.
Yeah.
Oh, if you went to the mall, you get stopped multiple times.
Oh, I've been going to the mall the last couple times. You know, right? Robinson's right
There's
up next
also,
to.
what do they call them? Tigers? No, what do they call them? What do they call the girls that are older? Women that look for guys.
Cougars.
Cougars.
Yeah,
Tigers. I don't know. So the cougars are going to come after you too.
I mean, yeah, you know, they see money. You know, that's what
Yeah.
I've been told. They see foreigner, they see money.
Oh,
you
seriously.
know?
They do.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, here, even if you did have a job and you came here and you were just on Social Security or benefits, okay, like welfare or something, that's more money than they make here.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
People that are poor in the USA are rich here.
Yep.
That's how they make the equivalent of $2 a day.
Yeah. So I was talking
A
to
10-hour day.
I was
2
talking to
hours,
someone
$2.
last night at a bar, and I was kind of asking them, you know, just like, oh, I was like, hey, like, you know, like, what is your shift, you know? And she's like, oh, I'm gonna work 12 hours tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, like, what would you reasonably expect, you know, would be average? She's like 600 pesos. I'm like, so that's $10 a day for a 12-hour shift, you know?
Yeah,
I make
600
that-
pesos divided. It's not even $10.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you. It's,
All right,
it's-
well, around there ish,
yeah.
you know.
It's sad.
So, and I was like, and I work half that and make, you know, I'll
Well,
make
I
what
guess
you
it is
make.
about $10, but that's not much.
I'll
That's
make
actually
what
very
she makes
good.
in a month, almost in a day.
I know.
You know,
I
yeah.
know. I
So,
know. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And, you know, I pay, I have a couple people that maintain the house and the bikes, and I pay them 500 pesos an hour, which is way above the standard.
Oh,
here. But, you know, they take care of me. I take care of them.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I can't do the 200 pesos
Yeah.
a day thing. It's just horrible.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry, not an hour. I pay 500 pesos a day.
Yeah.
So just under $10. Okay. So, but
it's-
that's more money
it's
than
not
you get
great.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Seriously, for
Yeah.
for manual labor.
Hey, everybody's gonna watch this podcast when I start working for you. All right, you know.
I
Knocking
can't
on the
hire
door,
you.
Okay?
I can't afford you.
Yeah, hey,
but,
yeah,
but
that's
even
true.
ditch diggers, the guys that work really hard, and seriously, they don't use power tools here.
Oh,
when
yeah.
they break concrete, they're using a sledgehammer and a chisel. Okay, it's all manual labor. No power, no pneumatic, none of
Yep.
that stuff, not electric. Okay, it's all hand labor. It doesn't matter if they have to move a mountain. It's with a shovel and a pick. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they make just as much money as someone that's working at a bank.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Okay, and women are suppressed here quite a bit. Only men get management jobs here.
Yeah, I've learned it's kind of that traditional norms.
Unless she
you know.
becomes a doctor, she will not be recognized here.
Yep.
Only doctors or people that have money who own businesses on a female basis is recognized. Otherwise, they have no opportunity. They can't raise up in life. They can't make a.
It's tragic.
It's sad. And
Yeah.
So anyway, but so now you're on your way to a ferry very soon. Actually, I got to cut this short. I'm going to cut
Yeah.
it in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So you're on your way to ferry, and you're going to Cebu at the Quest Hotel.
Yep. And we're
Nice
going
hotel.
to. I've never been. So
Very
you
nice
know,
hotel.
yeah.
One of the best. Top
So,
end.
I'm
right next to the
excited.
Ayala Mall. So you're going to go in the Ayala Mall. You have
Yep.
to tell me how that is.
My dad is
Send me
very,
a text.
very mall heavy. But it sounds like that's kind of like the thing to do here, you know?
There isn't anything else.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
unless you're going.
There is a park, a couple parks. There's a water park and there's a forest camp, which is they have hot streams, and they have waterfalls, and they have bridges. And
so we kind of did that yesterday with
you?
Randy. So we went up to Valencia and went to up to the hot springs and to the waterfall, and then we went to Mango Ranch.
A lot here.
And we did, go-kart riding.
Mango Ranch is very nice.
ATVs,
did you have a meal there?
Stuff like that. Yeah, we did. We went to the barn. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was great,
Very nice. A little overpriced,
wonderful time.
but nice.
Hey, honestly, he picked up the tab, so I can't complain, can't complain, all right? I'm coming out here and I'm still getting spoiled,
You had two guys with canes.
Yeah, hey, so
Randy rented a bike for me, and I'm going, Randy, I don't think you're going to be able to ride it because he has a prosthetic leg, and he has a cane. I says, I don't know if you're going to, even on the 125, which has a pass through in the middle. I says, I'm not sure. So he says, let me try it. So he goes out, and he almost fell. He literally leaned over on my gate, okay, and everybody had to run to him. And then he came back, and I look at him and I go, I don't think so. And he goes, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So he couldn't rent. I says, you need something. You don't need 2 wheels. You need 4 wheels. Minimum 3, But he's a nice guy, really nice guy.
Yeah. No,
Is
it was
he
great.
staying at the Go Hotel or somewhere else?
No. They have a place up in Valencia.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah,
he's
a
a
good
good friend with your dad.
Yep.
Yeah. And Gene's a wonderful person too. I've known Gene for several years. So
yeah,
he's a good guy too.
Yeah, you've seen him a lot more than I have recently.
Did you ever live in Hawaii? Because I know he lived in Hawaii.
So I mean, I guess technically don't really remember a lot, but I was there till I was 4.
Okay, so you did live there, but as a child.
But I've been back about 18 times ish. So.
Oh, to Hawaii.
Yeah, so I've seen the spots.
Pricey.
Yeah. But it's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's home. So.
All right. Cool.
Can't complain
Were
about
you
getting
born
back.
there?
I was, yeah.
Okay. So
Waikiki.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Well, big
Pink Hotel, got a brick in the name.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
Yep. Hey, it's documented. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was great. And then I'm from there, and then I worked on Nantucket on the East Coast. So I've spent about a third of my life on islands. So it's been great.
Now you're at the Quest Hotel for how many days?
Just that night, and then we go to Malaysia the next day.
You're hopping to Malaysia tomorrow.
Yeah, to Kuala Lumpur.
Cool. Have you been there before?
No.
You'll love it. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
They speak English, and it's a beautiful, beautiful city.
I'm super excited. And then from there, I'm going to Vietnam.
Oh, just got back. Okay.
Yep. And
do you know where in Vietnam?
Going to do the Hanoi, Hue, Da Nang, and then down to Ho Chi Minh.
Very nice.
Yep. Taking the train, get to see all the spots. I know obviously it's faster and whatnot to fly, but I feel like it's, if you can and you have the time, always
your
take a train.
Been
you get
there.
to see more of
your dad's been
the
there
countryside.
before, so he knows where to go.
Yep. And then I'm still debating on whether or not I want to do Cambodia and Laos, just because again, Cambodia with the whole conflict. But I really would like to see.
I've been to Cambodia. I haven't been to Laos, but I'm going to tell you, it's very poor.
Yeah, I know, and it's very, very rural.
Just
and everything's
don't be wearing jewelry.
Yeah, everything's very spaced out.
Don't be wearing a watch.
Yep. So
don't attract any attention to yourself.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard because it's like you want to see some of these countries, but then obviously you don't want to get robbed and
Well, the problem with all three, Vietnam
problems.
and the other two countries, Cambodia, they don't speak any English.
Yep.
None. So you'll definitely be using your phone translate.
Oh yeah.
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 And if you have internet, And
Yep.
how long are you staying in Vietnam?
The goal would be if I could do 20-ish days,
Oh, so you're playing along with your dad?
No. So, I mean, he could be going, but, for the most part, going to be going kind of solo, do the backpacking
Have
route.
you traveled solo before?
Yeah, but not ever kind of like this. This is the first, serious backpacking endeavor.
Okay. Do you stay at hotels or what are they called?
Hostels.
Hostels.
Yeah.
Yeah, hostels.
So hostels are nice, too, because it's kind of, like-minded people. It's obviously shared rooms, stuff like that.
Usually younger or is there all ages there?
So you can do both. There's also youth hostels and then there's regular hostels. So, you kind of typically want to be around people more your age just because, again, you can also meet travel buddies.
Hostels in Vietnam are so ridiculously cheap.
Oh, yeah.
You could spend a week at a hostel for $40 US.
Yep.
A week.
Yep.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
And as you know, I make more than that in an hour. So,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
In fact, the food is wonderful a little bit spicy. Hopefully you got to tell them not spicy. If it's
See,
hot.
I love spice, but I'm not. I don't know if I'd like Asian spice. Level,
it's spicy.
You know? Yeah, I'll take a upgraded white boy spice.
Yeah,
you know?
white boy spice.
Yeah, you know. But I don't know if I want full Asian spice yet. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't eat one meal.
Yeah.
I said to it was a Korean restaurant actually.
Yeah.
And it came. I said not spicy, and she brought it out. And I said not spicy. She goes, yeah, not spicy. You know, but she didn't say yes. She just said, but she said, you know, they don't talk English. They don't even try. And I took one bit. I was like, holy shit! I got to drink water. I was burning. So I came back. I says, too hot. You know, and I put it on my phone. It's too hot. And she goes, not spicy. I says, too hot.
Yeah, too
so
hot.
she took it back and watered it down. And when she brought it back, I still couldn't have it.
Yeah.
I mean, I still couldn't have it. So she cut it down twice, and I still couldn't eat it. It was that. So I left. I just ate some of the vegetables out of it.
Yeah.
And literally used my glass of water to rinse them off.
Yep.
Because it was bright red when she brought it, or dark red. And then even when they watered it down, it was still red. There was no way. It would give me a stomachache.
So I've had Korean food before, and like
I like
I've
kimchi.
had people bring stuff back from Korea.
Yeah.
And I was like, the Korean food is definitely one of those where like it is astronomically hot. You know?
Well, you've had kimchi then.
Yeah. So
all their food is like kimchi.
Yeah, and it's delicious, but like there comes a point where I love spice, but still got to be able to enjoy the meal. You know.
The nice part
if
about
all
Vietnam,
I'm getting is the heat, you know, then like that's no fun.
The nice part about Vietnam is it's healthier food.
Yep.
Okay, much healthier than here.
Yeah, I've been noticing that, you know.
Okay, you know, they have the soups and they boil it, and they have fresh fish and fresh seafood. They also have pork and chicken. You're not going to find much beef. They have more beef in Vietnam. They have no beef here.
Yeah.
All the beef here is imported. They don't have cows. So beef is pricey here, and it's usually tough.
Yep.
Because the time they freeze it and cook it, you gotta tenderize it and everything to eat it. Otherwise, you're chewing forever. You can't even cut it.
Oh, yeah.
Beef here is terrible. I assume you're probably a beef eater.
I do like it, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, but I like a lot of those.
Here it's
you know,
chicken,
a lot of
pork,
stuff like that.
fish.
You know, which again is great.
Yeah.
Like no complaints. The and then from Vietnam, I'm going to Thailand. So
Thailand's wonderful. Infrastructure and food's the top rate.
Yep. So you know, I'm gonna do hopefully like a month there.
On your own or with Gene?
My own. Again, yeah, you know, like Gene and I, or Dad and I guess, you know, are splitting in Vietnam. You know, if he goes, he
So
might
are you
actually
gonna tell
stay
the
in-
girls?
He might stay in Malaysia.
So
he
you're
might
telling
not
the
even
girls
come.
you're single? Are you telling the girls you're not going to be staying, or are you just going to play the market?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm just kind of going. You know,
Here they call you a chick boy.
Yeah, I don't. You know, like I'm not. You know, there's no game plan, I guess I should say.
Okay.
You know, like I'm just kind of going with the flow. You know, figure things out as it goes. But
It's too bad you don't spend more time. How long have you been in the Philippines?
I've only been here since I got in Saturday night at like 10.
Okay, so it's too bad you didn't spend more time
Yeah,
here.
like literally 4 or 5 days.
Okay,
you know?
here, of course, there's a lot of advantages. There's 20 girls for every guy.
Yep.
They're very young girls.
Yeah.
You'll get 20-year-old girls, no problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Even 18 and younger. Okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing I've been noticing is like it's very hard to differentiate between like someone who is 20
they're
and someone
so-
who's like 35.
They're so young
because they
looking.
all look the same.
They're all
you
young
know.
looking.
Now again, I can be like, oh, okay, like obviously, yeah, she's a little bit north of like maybe 40 or 50. Like that's easy, but between that like mid 30s to like 19, 20 range.
Yep.
And you're like, I don't even know, and
I've
you
met
feel bad
girls
because
that
you're
are-
like, I don't, want to like, and you're like, yeah. So
I've had conversation with ladies I walk at the mall a lot, and I've had conversations with ladies, and they ask me, but I'm with Carolyn. They try to pick up on me,
Yeah.
Even though I don't consider myself good looking, but they still try to pick up on me, probably because I'm a foreigner.
Yeah.
And they don't have a problem here with older men for whatever reason.
No.
Okay, they just don't. It's just very common here for a 60, 70-year-old guy to have a 25-year-old girl.
Yeah.
There's nothing in common. I don't understand it, but. Whatever.
Money.
Anyway, that's the way it is here.
Money's in common,
It's not that
know?
way in other countries. Though.
No, definitely
So
not.
Vietnam, for sure, it's not that way.
No.
Okay. They won't even look your way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they'll look your way, but not for me. No, they won't look my way. And but here you have no trouble finding a dozen. But they don't date here like they do in the U.S. Okay?
Yeah.
Once they meet you and you hold hands and you go out for a meal, you're done. That's
Yeah.
your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Tomorrow she's going to marry you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just weird.
Yeah,
it's weird
they,
here.
they definitely move fast,
Very
and
fast.
Like, yeah, and learning too about like how it's so predominantly Catholic, and like also about how hard it is to like get marriages annulled, and like how you can't get divorced and stuff like
Vietnam
that.
is very
So,
strict. It's
yeah.
very Catholic. It's very strict. They won't go out on a date with you right away. You'd have to know them for a while. And then Thailand is completely different altogether.
Yeah.
Now, Thailand, when you go to date, it's not a real girlfriend. You pay to have her spend time with you. She's a bought and purchased wife or girl. It doesn't matter if you marry or not. You're still going to pay her money every month.
Yep.
20, 30,000 baht a month, which is $700 to $1,000
Now, for a month.
for a month. She'll spend time with you.
Yeah.
But she'll say I love you. She'll go around with you. She'll take care of you.
Yeah.
But she's not going to really marry you.
I feel that.
At a certain point, she's going to. Once you mention the word marriage, she's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. She's on to the next guy.
So, and then from Thailand, the trip continues.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where from there?
Korea.
Seriously?
Yep. Korea, and then from after Korea, Japan.
Good for you.
Yep.
Japan, you'll love.
Yeah. So, it's like
Your dad's
came
been in
down,
Japan.
Going west, through all the countries, and then, flying back over, and then going from Korea, up north. So
I'll give you my number. You do Facebook or WhatsApp?
I do WhatsApp. I do not
Okay.
have a Facebook, and I
Okay.
do not have a TikTok.
You don't do TikTok?
No, and I have notifications silenced on all my social media, which is only Facebook or Instagram and Snapchat.
Okay.
Because I just, it's fun to keep
You're
in
actually
touch.
smart to keep private.
Yeah,
because
but I just don't want to I don't ever want to get consumed, because also at the same time, what people post is just a snapshot
Nothing's
of that
real
day,
anymore.
and also they're trying to present, the best image.
Oh, that's all fake.
No one wants
There's
to show,
nothing real.
Yeah, your
No,
hair
AI
messed
is-
up,
AI is
and
taking over
everything
TikTok.
coming in. Yeah,
TikTok's all AI, and nothing's real. I mean, they create people, scenes, change persons' heads and different body, and you can't tell the difference.
No.
And the conversation could be, they change their voice and everything. I mean, AI is taken over on all the social medias, and you don't know what's real and what isn't.
Yeah.
They make false reports. Just in emergency, this just happened, an earthquake, a bombing, we're at war. Nothing's real.
No, and that's why I just kind of want to avoid all that.
Yeah, you're better
Yeah.
off. You really are.
Just to not get consumed and just I also believe, I feel just everything's constantly down and you're just being berated, that can get in your mental too. you know?
I have a problem with a lot of people. I put out an ebook. Most of the people, I sent out a free ebook which explains coming to the Philippines,
Yeah.
everything you need before you got here and everything you need while you're here. It's really 3 months before and 3 months you're here. So it's just for newbies.
Should have read that.
I know. I don't know why your dad didn't say. I sent him
Yeah.
a copy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You didn't. I'll tell you what. It tells you what to pack, but it's specifically for Philippines and 75% mostly Dumaguete.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as visas and everything, it doesn't really matter. It's all over Philippines, but it's a lot of information. It's 60 pages now. So
Oh,
it's
hey.
everything you need to know.
Hey.
Bringing a pet over, buying a car, renting a motorbike, everything
Yeah.
you need to know.
Yeah.
Emergency numbers, what do, what don't do, about the girls and all that. I can still send you a copy.
Yeah.
But you're leaving tomorrow, so it doesn't
Yeah, but the nice thing too is also if I have any friends or if I come back, I can always use that as a
I'll
resource
send
to
you
send
one.
to people too.
I'll get your email address.
Never turn down information that's helpful. All right,
for you.
can always take it in.
Yeah, I
you might not
updated-
have to use everything, but you can always take it. All
I
right?
update it twice a year, and I send out several thousand now. So all these people that know me
Yeah.
by email, they may never come here. 1 or 2 out of 10 that say I'm going to be coming, never make. 1 or 2 make it. 8 or 9 never make it here.
Yeah.
It's very hard for when you're older. You kind of get set in your ways.
Yep.
And when I early mentioned you got out of your comfort circle.
Yeah.
Very difficult to get out of your comfort circle. I try to explain to them once you get out of that comfort circle, the whole world opens up.
Exactly.
And there's a lot more opportunity and a lot more fun. But it's difficult because they're set in their ways. They know where the market is. They know which aisle has the cereal.
Yeah.
It's so silly, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, and for me, the main thing is, I know everyone's always oh, you got to save for retirement. You got to prepare.
No, live your life.
But yeah, at the same time, it's I'm youthful. I have the ability to move.
Live your life.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
a lot of
not
guys,
sick,
when they retire, they
anything.
go, when I retire, I'm going to travel and I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen that way.
But then you can't even you can't run up those steps. You can't go for a jog.
I know.
You can't. Yeah,
It doesn't happen
It's
that way.
that's no fun.
They wasted their time working
Yep.
in 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's actually prison sentence. They don't
Yeah.
realize how bad it is.
No, yeah, and again, for what you're like 48 hours off, where you like are then doing things to prepare for the next week. Like that's no fun.
And now they're too tired to travel. They're too scared to travel. They're too set in their ways to travel. Then they
Yeah.
have all these medications they have to take. It doesn't work that way
you
when
can't
you're
bring
30.
half of them in anyways.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on.
no, thank
we
you
have
for
to cut
having
it
me.
short because you got a ferry to catch.
yeah, I mean, hey, everything about this is spontaneity on this trip. So
Your dad's a
you know.
nice guy. He's wonderful.
No, and I
I've known
appreciate
Gene.
you, looking out and hanging
Yeah.
out with him. So
Yeah,
you know,
he's a really super guy, but he needs to get away. He needs to get around.
yeah, he needs this trip
Take
probably
care of
about
him.
as much as
I
I
know
do.
it's tough. I didn't get along with my dad. He passed on, but enjoy him while you have him.
Oh, I know.
Okay?
Thank you.
We don't
Thank
live
you.
forever.
No,
Enjoy him while
definitely
you
not.
have him. Just keep the good thoughts.
I got you. Hey,
right.
appreciate you.
Sam,
Thank you,
you
Goldfinger.
very much for coming on.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right. Okay, great. We're going to cut it here.
All right.
Bye-bye, everybody.